One. And we're back again! Oh my god, so many episodes and we weren't here for so long, but we're back. And today we're talking about Kebab and Conor. Woohoo! They're going to be fighting at UFC 229. Get excited. Once again, I'm Chris. You got Pretty Pete in the right hand corner and Handsome Dan Park in the bottom left. Well, guys, I think this is the chat that everyone's been waiting for. All the millions and millions of fans out there. Conor McGregor and Kebab. What do you guys think? Peter, you go. Oh, actually, no. You started off in the last one. You be quiet,
I
good
start
sir.
off last. So let Dan go.
We'll
Now.
go Dan
I'll
Park.
give it a bud laugh.
Handsome Dan Park.
I think we're all looking forward to this fight. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be really entertaining to speculate on. And in all honesty, I think it's 60-40 towards Khabib. And here's what I think. I think that every single fight, starts on the feet. So the question is, can Conor catch Khabib coming in? And the answer is yes. He's done that with Eddie. He's done that with Aldo. So yes, he can. However, on the ground, Khabib would absolutely maul Conor. I don't think that even an entire year's worth of training, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, would compensate for Khabib. Look at his fight with Chad Mendes. And Chad Mendes took him down, controlled him, and did hurt him and pound him, and McGregor was cut. But he just couldn't keep up the pace and got knocked out. And this is also a testament to Conor's X factor. And what I mean by this is his left hand. Conor, even in that fight with Chad Mendes, like after the first round where he really got dominated, he was laughing. He seemed fine because he has that confidence on his left hand that he can knock the guy out. It doesn't matter. So that's something to look forward to. So I personally believe that Khabib's strategy going in will be to shoot like crazy, clinch up. Once he gets in clinch, he's going to take down and just exhaust him for 3 rounds and then just toy with him.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Pete, you got some words?
I'm split 50-50 on the fight, but I heard a interview with Firas Zahabi, GSP's coach and Roy McDonald's coach from TriStar Gym. Whoever wins, it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a close fight at all. I think either Conor's going to knock out Khabib quite early. I think, I'll give you my prediction first anyway. As much as I like Khabib to win, I think the fight goes quite similar to the Eddie Alvarez fight. I think his takedown will be stopped and he'll just be lit up on the feet, unfortunately. I mean, realistically, what's he going to do? Khabib is not a guy that mixes the takedowns in with the strikes. He just dives from ages away, or tries to get in close enough to clinch. He's not going to get in close enough to clinch against Conor. He'll get put to sleep. His only real hope is to dive from across the cage for that single leg, which, I mean, he can get, but it's going to be hard. Every round starts on the feet and he's open to getting hit. I think he'll miss the takedowns. They won't be – it's going to sound a bit silly, but I think Conor's going to stuff the takedowns, but they're not going to be your traditional takedowns. They're going to be the shots from so far away that McGregor sees it coming and he's going to escape. And I think by the end of the second round, I think Khabib will be asleep. That being said, if Khabib does win, I think it's going to be a mauling. If he does get him down and he's able to keep him, I think if he gets him down, he'll be able to keep him down. And I think he'll just maul McGregor. It won't last 5 rounds. Either Khabib's going to sleep or McGregor's going to get either stopped with the strikes or choked out. I can't see McGregor surviving 5 rounds on the ground, getting constantly taken down and worked on, and I can't see Khabib surviving for 5 rounds on the feet. So, whoever wins, I think it's going to be a mauling. I'm leaning a bit more towards McGregor, but it's going to be I think it's going to be a violent victory for whoever wins.
A violent victory. Well, Yeah,
Oh,
those are some serious words from the both of you. Wow, so you got one person going for Kebab and one person going for well, not rooting for you, having a
yeah.
prediction on one. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Mm.
But for me, I haven't got a prediction or anything. I really have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen because you got two. It's like the old school grappler versus striker. It's like one person will get mauled on the ground, the other person will get mauled standing up. So it's like fuck, who's gonna implement whose game? That's the interesting part.
Yeah.
But
I
see
just
that
think the favorite has to go to Conor because, like you're saying, every fight starts on the feet at
yeah
distance. You know.
yeah every fight starts on the feet, but so is all of Kebab's other fights, and he's gotten them all down. So. That's why I don't know. I really don't know. No, and not many people have been able to
Oh
take Conor down
shit.
apart from Chad Mendes. So,
Mm.
and
Hold on.
what's up?
Oh no. Shit. Wait 1 sec.
What have you done? I can see your little what's that? An iPad?
Hold on.
Oh, we've gone silent.
Did you spill your water on the computer or?
I think he may have just jizzed on his laptop when he was getting excited about Conor McGregor. No?
No. Actually, sorry. Carry on. I sent something to the wrong thing. Carry on.
Don't tell me you're sending dick pics to the wrong people again. I got too many of them, man. You keep on sending them to me by accident. It's not cool.
Proceed.
All right. Yeah, as I was saying. Okay, so this whole thing is like build Conor versus Kebab. No, it's Conor versus the lightweight division. If Conor wins, he's walking off with the lightweight division like just in flames again, like what he did to featherweight and he did to lightweight previously. If he wins, he's not coming back to defend that title. He doesn't defend titles. It's not what he does. He just fights big fights. So he's gonna if he wins, he's walking off with that title. And then once again, we don't have a champion. We've got interim champions. He's going to be talking about, oh, am I going to come back? I don't know. So he's going to keep that title for like another year. This fight really scares me for that reason. Like, I really want Kebab to win for that reason alone because I just hate seeing these divisions in shambles. Like, Max just managed to, like, bring the featherweight division back to life. But...
that is a good point. Look, there's not much else for him to do, is there?
No, who else is he going to fight? He might fight Nate. But he doesn't have to have a title to fight Nate. If he loses, I think he goes off and fights Nate.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I think.
What do you think, young Peter?
Apart from Nate Diaz beating Poirier, I can see them doing a third fight for the lightweight title just because it's a different sell to the first two. But if Nate Diaz doesn't win, I can't see Conor sticking around for any other fight.
GSP.
Oh, yes. I forgot GSP did mention the fact he wanted to fight the winner. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't see Conor entering a fight where he thinks he can lose. Like, I think he genuinely thinks he can beat Kebab, especially after watching Kebab stand and strike with Alaquinta. He probably thinks, oh, if he does that with me, I'm going to knock him the fuck out. But someone like GSP is not going to do that. So I don't see him coming back, even if it's like a legacy fight. I don't see him fighting a guy like GSP because it's a fight that he's more than likely going to lose because GSP's he's got a much higher fight IQ.
He does, but then it could be a fight where he might want to test himself. He does. I mean, taking Khabib as your first fight back, that's pretty.
Yeah, no, that is it's ballsy. It's ballsy as fuck. It's either ballsy or it's stupid. It's one of the two. We're gonna find out. Because he's either gonna come out and look like an absolute superhero, or he's gonna come out and get demolished, and it's gonna look really, really poor. Or what are the chances, like a really close strategic fight where both guys are doing well in the other one's realm, like Kebab's doing well on the feet, but Conor's doing well when he gets taken down? That would be cool. They'll show evolution in both their games, which is always cool. But that's something that Conor always does in all his fights. He always shows evolution in every one of his fights. Like, just from the first Nate fight to the second Nate fight, he started implementing leg kicks instead of fucking spinning head kicks to the face.
And that really threw Nate off in his first couple of
Yeah,
rounds.
it really did. I reckon all those knockdowns were partially because of those leg kicks, but then he stopped throwing those leg kicks because he'd never thrown them before and he fucked up his shin.
Mm.
So yeah, that's You guys got anything more to say, or are we already done in 10 minutes talking about Conor and Kebab? That's crazy. It can't be done.
It's just like it's just a coin toss, man. It's really it's just a coin toss. It's not like there's a fight where there's so many things that are going to happen. There's two things that can happen, really. Like realistically, there's only two things that will happen. And even Javier Mendez, Khabib's coach, has said if it stays on the feet, we're getting knocked out.
Yeah.
You know, he's just going to be diving and diving and diving for that single leg.
I just really hope that Kebab doesn't watch any Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson videos before he goes out and fights, because he did that in his previous fight, and that's why he's like, oh, I wanted to test my jab. Like, don't test your jab.
I think with Quinta, he knew he could. I think he knows he's not. I don't think Kebab's a dumb fighter. I think he knows he can't with Conor, you know?
Yeah. Well, you saw him when he fought Edson Barboza. He wasn't messing around the feet for very long. He just he threw a big flying knee, and that was specifically to cover distance, put him against the cage, and put him back down again.
But it's going to be interesting because Kebab does have a good chin, but if Conor can't keep him off him, he's going to break. He will break.
I agree.
He can't.
Everyone does.
Even just the muscle he carries. He can't fight 5 rounds with pressure on him. That fight with Nate Diaz, the second fight, that was at his pace. When he sets the pace, he can fight it. But if he doesn't set the pace, if the paces are faster than what he sets, he can't go 5 rounds.
Even his first fight with Nate was at his pace, but he still gassed out. And he gassed out in the second fight, but he somehow got a second wind in the 4th round. Weird. Very weird. Yeah.
All that walking off, breathing.
Yeah, just casually walking off. Nate Diaz is flipping him. It's like, what, bitch? Fuck, I love Nate Diaz. Who have you guys got in the Nate Diaz and Poirier fight?
I got Nate.
I think Poirier.
I got Nate.
I think it's a win. I think out of all the guys at the top of the lightweight division, Poirier's probably the only one that matches up well for Nate.
Yes, I agree.
But
I think Nate gets it.
I still don't think that gives him the win. I think that just gives. I think it's just a better matchup for him.
If this was Dustin Poirier maybe a year ago, I would say Nate Diaz. But I just feel like Dustin Poirier is on a different mindset now. He's got that sort of championship mentality, and I don't think Nate Diaz is going to stop him.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat as you with that. He's just. Yeah, no, I really. This is another one. I really want Nate to win, but I don't see him coming out after not fighting for so long and fighting a guy like Poirier, who's just got such a well-rounded game. And Poirier throws good leg kicks too, man. Nate Diaz, he can't handle them leg kicks.
It'd be interesting, but he does have that massive reach on him, you know.
Yeah, he does, and what's his name's been knocked out before? Poirier. He's been knocked out a few times. And Conor. And I think that's it. He's only been knocked out twice. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look.
And his record?
Yeah, just Michael Johnson, Conor McGregor, Cub Swanson being by decision. But these are all flyweights, so that's kind of irrelevant.
Flyweight? Featherweight?
Featherweight, sorry, yeah. Man, Dustin Poirier, he's got such a crazy record of lightweight since he's come up. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest. Pretty good. And from the get-go, he was fighting guys like Yancy Medeiros, Joseph Duffy, Bobby Green, and then he fought Michael Johnson, got knocked out, and that's when he was doing the whole over-aggressive thing. But he stopped doing that later on. He did that against Jim Miller as well. He's like, I can't do it. I can't go rushing in when I hurt guys, and he did it against Jim Miller, and then he got hit again. And then he said coming into Eddie Alvarez, he's like, can't go rushing in, and then he went rushing in, and he got clipped again. But then against Pettis, man, he showed such a good ground game against Pettis, because Pettis is legit on the ground, man, and he was never in trouble against Pettis. Every time he got Pettis, because Pettis kind of gives his back up and then spins out and then gets into guard. But then Pettis got Poyer's back a few times, and Poyer just like kind of slid him off, like slid out the back door. It's really good. Yeah, I really don't have any picks for any of these fights yet. I'll make picks close when we get closer to the fights, but at the moment I don't have any picks for them. But I'm so pumped to see Nate Diaz back, man. Nate Diaz, he's boss. He's the king. I love him. I love how he beats Conor McGregor. He's like, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. Such a boss.
He's entertaining.
I think the UFC is hoping for Diaz to win and for McGregor to win.
Yeah, and fight for the title.
Because I think Khabib and Conor is currently the biggest fight you can make in MMA. And if Conor and Nate Diaz win, I think their trilogy fight for the lightweight title will be even bigger than that.
Yeah, well, currently their second fight's the biggest fight of all time, isn't it? Nate and Conor.
It is, yeah.
So imagine putting a title on top of that.
Exactly, yeah. In both of their preferred weight class as well, you know.
Yeah. So what do you think? Is this Kebab and Conor fight even better than Kebab and Ferg?
Yes.
Because that's an amazing fight too, or it was an amazing fight.
Yes, it is, because McGregor is the lineal champion.
Yes, he is. True. But in terms of just like styles make fights, because I feel like Ferg could hang on the ground with Khabib a little bit more.
I don't know about that. You watch what happened with Kevin Lee.
He could be on the ground a lot better than McGregor will, though. I don't think Ferguson will gas.
Yeah, he'd be able. Yeah, he would be able to hang a bit more. Who else have we got in there? So Kevin Lee, where's he at right now? Who's he going to be fighting? Does he have a fight?
He doesn't have a fight. So. He did. I've followed him on Instagram, and he says he's doing a training camp for October. Now, I don't know if he's actually going to have a fight on the same card or if he's hoping someone pulls out. But
they're doing that a bit at the moment. They're doing that a bit at the moment. Usman is in training camp, and he's going to be cutting weight for the Till and Woodley fight. So maybe he's the backup for Kebab and Conor.
It could be, very well could be, man, because that's one strategy I would have for all these fights. I would keep another contender out and train as a possible injury replacement just to save cards, you know?
Yeah.
I can see Kevin Lee destroying McGregor. I really can.
So can I. He's just such a vicious dude, man.
I'm sort of 50-50 on that as well. I feel like Conor just got advantage over everyone because he can put any of these guys out quickly.
Yes. But Kevin Lee can take Conor down and fuck him up. I believe that.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of both. But the difference is Kevin Lee is better rounded. He's not as good as a grappler as Khabib, but his striking is much more crisp. And striking defense is also better.
His striking has improved so much over his past, like, say, 5 fights. I think that's just because he fights so often as well. He was fighting pretty often anyways.
But at the same time, Kevin Lee will gas out.
Sorry?
Kevin Lee will gas out.
He did have have staph infection last time.
Yeah, he's only gassed out against Ferguson. Yeah, as you said, staph infection. That's not. Gotcha. You can't put that on him. I mean, he still went how many rounds with? Yeah, he still went 5 rounds with Edson Barbosa, and he didn't gas.
Yeah, but when you're
the resiliency he showed to be rocked like that and then still finish the fight. Pretty much after he got rocked,
when you're doing the stanky leg like that, man, you survive.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and like not long after, he went back to beating the crap out of Barbosa still. So
that was very, very impressive.
Yeah, the second he got hit and he's like wandering around, he just grabbed a hold of that leg, put him back on the ground, and just kept on doing work. That was impressive, man. That was really impressive. Yeah. So okay. I got another question. UFC 230. That doesn't have a main event yet. Do any of us know what may or may not be the main event for that?
I saw a rumor on Twitter, possible Gustafsson and Jones, but I don't know how likely that is.
That'll be interesting. Oh, and guess what? Yoel Romero and Paulo Costa aren't scheduled for that fight anymore.
Yeah, Romero is injured or something like that, huh?
I'm so upset. Remember when I called that fight, saying that would be the best fight to make next for Paulo Costa, even though it's definitely way too early for him? It's still an amazing fight to make. And they made it, and now it's not going to happen, so I'm really sad. Really sad. Not as sad as Dan. I know Dan's more sad than I am right now. Because he loves the juicy guys fighting each other.
Yes.
All right, so Dan, do you have any ideas for that main event, or are you going with the same pick?
No idea.
No idea. I'm really hoping they bring GSP and Anderson Silva. I know we spoke about this, and that's like 5-6 years too late, but I still want to see it. I don't care if it's too late. I'd still love to see the two of them go at it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what weight class it'd be at. Would you do it at middleweight, or would you get Anderson to cut down to welterweight? Because he's fought at welterweight before. When he first fought Yushin Okami, that was at welterweight. Hello? Anyone there talking?
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Mm.
Do you have anything to say about what I just said, or no? You've just gone quiet. No one's talking.
You should have come also. Oh, excuse me.
You thought you shouldn't come out welterweight? Really?
I'm sure he did.
Is this at the UFC or?
Nah, not in the UFC. At like what was it? Rumble on the Rock or something?
Okay, because I know Pride had the middleweight division as welterweight.
Yeah, they're well. That's why Dan Henderson's called welterweight and middleweight champ. But that middleweight
okay.
was their light heavyweight. Like
Yeah.
25.
Okay. Because I remember watching UFC years ago, and they were talking about like the welterweight rankings, and Anderson Silva was in there back when Matt Hughes was still champ.
Yeah. Anderson Silva won because Yushin Okami upkicked him and he got DQ'd.
Yeah. Was that at welterweight though?
No.
Yushin Okami won because Anderson upkicked him.
Sorry. Yeah, the other way.
Yeah,
Sorry. That was welterweight, but the welterweight was middleweight, if you know what I mean.
Really? Because I didn't think that was Pride. I thought that was Rumble on the Rock. Which is
but a lot of
still North America.
There was, but I
Pride.
don't know. That was the weight classes. That was the old weight classes.
Yeah, a lot of people followed the Pride model because it was the organization at the time.
Oh, okay. Man, that's made me look silly then. I was pretty confident about that.
So good. We might be wrong. I don't know, but yeah, just.
Do.
Alrighty.
Yushin Okami Rumble on the Rock at the Rock something Rock. No, unless Jake Shields, David Monet, Frank Trigg, Carlos Conor, unless they're all fighting at middleweight, but it says it was a welterweight tournament.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it was a welterweight then.
Yeah, and they're all welterweights in there. Yeah. So yeah.
Alrighty. Well.
In saying that was like 10 years ago. I don't know if you can cut down to a welterweight again. That was actually more than 10 years ago.
Hold on 1 sec, guys. I'm back in a sec.
Okie dokies.
Alrighty. I think, like you said, what do you call it? The fight, Kebab Conor, will be spectacular. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Gonna be good. Well, what do you think about if Conor wins? Do you think he's coming back for another fight, or do you think that's it?
I think he fights GSP. If he loses, he fights Nate. That just makes sense.
Yeah.
Just like
I guess
I agree with you.
That makes sense. Like, he's coming back now because he's got backup plans for for whatever direction this fight goes. If he wins, he fights GSP. If he loses, he fights Nate. Either way, he's got big money fights lined up for a next fight. But the problem with him and fighting GSP, I mean, you've got all these amazing lightweights in the lightweight division, and they're all knocking each other off. No one's getting the opportunity to become champion because there's no opportunity to become champion.
Did you see a quote by Dana White saying that he's not interested in GSP having a one-off fight at lightweight for the title because he's not interested in making money fights?
Did he actually say that? Were those his exact words?
Bullshit.
He actually said that, yeah.
That sounds like bull.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. That seems to go against everything they say.
Yeah, well, unless he's not the one making the decisions. So he doesn't want to make money fights, but the other owners, well, the actual owners want to make money fights.
WME does.
Yeah, Yeah, they probably do. Okay, so do we have much more to say about this? Because I feel like we're kind of
I think
out of
that's
it.
done and
We've got no
dusted.
more. We've got no
I
more to
think so
talk about.
too.
I think that's it. Yeah. Oh well, so we're all excited. You guys have already got your picks. I don't. I'll hopefully make picks closer to the fight. I know who I want to
I
fight.
think I'm leaning.
No, want to win.
I'm leaning 51-49 to Conor.
149.
Ooh, bold.
Oh, that's. Dan had it much much more for Kebab. At I think was it 60-40?
Yeah, 60-40.
60-40 for Kebab. In saying that,
Yes.
what are your favorite kebabs anyways? Do you guys go for chicken, lamb, mixed? What do you guys
Mixed.
do?
Mixed.
Mixed.
Yeah, mixed.
I hate
I'm
lamb.
more of a souvlaki man, to be honest with you.
What's the difference
meat's
between a kebab
better.
and a souvlaki? Is it I've
The
never
meat,
understood
they
that.
use better meat in souvlakis. They use actual meat.
What do they use in kebabs?
That shit compressed fucking whatever they call it. Like that falafel meat.
Fair enough. I have noticed that. Yeah. And they like
Have you
shave it
guys
off.
ever heard of shawarma?
Shawarma?
Shawarma is the difference between shawarma and souvlaki is pretty much the same thing. It's like kebabs, but it's shawarma. It's just a bit different how they make it and prepare it. And yeah,
I don't believe I
it's
have
nice.
had that. Maybe we should all go out and get one and take a photo and then post on our Instagram page. I think that's what we should do. Will you take us, Dan? Will you take us out for a date?
Why not?
A night on the town?
Why not?
Will you shout us a shawarma kebab? No, souvlaki.
Why not? I'd love to.
I'm keen. It's a date. Come, you tell us when, Dan, and we'll go.
In 3 weeks, why not?
We'll do it. All right, cool. So let's call it a chat. All right. If you like what we had to say, like, share, subscribe on the good old YouTube. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So show some love there. Comment, interact. We'll respond as much as we can, which will probably be a lot because we need some fans right now. Yeah. You guys got any more to say?
All
Hope
done
you
for
enjoyed.
me.
All done. Peace out, homies.
Bye bye.
Thank you.